so the problem is the cost of Siena's wheel before tax is $28. It's after tax or before tax? Before tax. So we need to pay tax extra, right? On top of $28. Okay, if 6.5% sales tax is added to her bill, determine the total cost of the meal including tax. And that's even before you add your tip there, right? So if you eat, the meal saying, oh, it's $28, that's not only what you're paying for, right? You need to pay tax on top of that, and also you're giving tip to the server there, right? You need to think about both of them. So let's think about the cost after we include tax. You can also work with your friend, neighbor, if you want to, right? If you want to work on this by yourself, you're always welcome to do that. If you want to use your calculator, go ahead and use it, but do not use your cell phone. Once you got that, go on to the next problem. If Sienna wants to leave 15% tip on the pre-tax cost of the meal, how much should she leave? And third, if she wants to leave a 20% tip on the pre-tax cost of the meal, how much should she leave? I encourage a group work for this. And again, I will randomly call out your name, okay?
Your finger probably I think it's before you tax. Yeah, so
I know some of you have in front of me, can you please write down your question?
okay, thank you.
Like what operation you did or what mathematical expression you can write? Make sure to show your work. I think most of you have finished it. So let me call Kelsey.
For A,
For A.
so you want the 6.5 as a decimal point, so you move the decimal point over 2 spaces.
Okay, let me follow you up with 6.5.
Pause your screen.
Yes, thank you. I keep forgetting, so somebody is remind me all the time. Maybe Heather, it's your job. Thank you. 6.5%. Kelsey, how did you change that to?
You move the decimal place over 2 spaces, so it'd be 0.065.
.065.
Yeah,
Hey, it was 1/2. Why did it change to 5?
because it's also 50%.
It's 50%. Yeah, that's good thinking. So if we are changing this to decimal number, it's gonna be same as 6.1%.
50. Or 5.
6.5 or 5050. Okay, 50%, then 0.5%. So that's same thing. So when you're changing decimal, percentage to a number, you need to divide this by 100, right? Because to get percent, you multiply a number by 100, right? So if we divide this by 100, so I get 6.5 divided by 100. And I can say that that's same as moving the decimal point to the left or right. Left, because we are dividing that by big number. Our number was smaller then, right? So using the number sense, you can see that, oh, I need to make the number smaller. By how many places? 2, because what? It's 10 to the second power, right? So then we have decimal point here, but there's nothing, so we need to put our place value 0. Placeholder 0. So it's gonna be same as 0.065. That's how policy got 0.065 for 6.5%. Right? Now we have a number to deal with, so we can use that. And then what did you do?
Multiply the $28 by
So-
that percent, by that decimal.
$28. So what Kelsey did is 28 times 0.065. Because take a look. It says we need to determine the total cost of the meal, including tax. So this is what? This is our tax money, right? On top of $28 that we have to pay. So what is that? When you're using your calculator, what do you get? 28 times 0.065.
$1.82.
$1.82. So that is just the tax, isn't it? Then how much does she have to pay? The total cost of the meal, including tax.
$29.82.
Yes. Oops. So this is tax. Then our total cost, part A, total cost should be $28 for the meal and the tax. $82. And you get $29.82. That's the unit. So yes, that's the bill for this meal. And that's the tax. Does it make sense? Okay, so everybody got the same answer? Alright, nice. Any question for that? No? Alright. Then let's look at the second one. If Shana wants to leave a 15% tip on the pre-tax cost, so part B, 15% of the tip on the pre-tax. So actually we are paying the tip on top, based on pre-tax meal. But when you are looking at the suggested tip, they always use our bill after tax is added. Did you notice that? So you can actually give less than they're suggesting you because they're always calculating, after tax is included in that bill. Or if you want to, if you're generous, you can always give more, but to be accurate. Okay, so anyways, 15% tip on the pre-tax sale. So what is a pre-tax sale? Pre-tax meal? $28. So 50% of that, multiply that by 50%. What is it? 0.15. And you get? $4.20. Is there any easy way to calculate this in your head? Let's suppose we don't have our cell phone, but we want to pay 15% tip. Any idea? Like 28 times 4.2? That's possible, but then it's gonna be 20% tip. You wanna pay only 15% tip. Round up to 28 to 30, then you pay more tip. Right? So is there any easy way that we can calculate exactly 15% mentally? Yes. Break this 15% into 10% and 5%. If we do 10% of 28, what is it? $2.80, right? And half of that is 0.5%, right? So if we do half of 28 at $2.80, what is it? $1.40. So we have $2.80 and $1.40 together. We get $4.20. So that's why you can do mentally. So anyways, we found the 15% tip as multiplying those numbers, right? So that's how much she needs to read. How about if she wants to pay 20% of tip? 20% tip on the pre-tax. Yeah. We can do the same thing, right? 28 times 20%. 0.2. Okay, which is $5.60. Okay, so it's not a big deal. So the question like this is asking you to find not only the tax, but also total cost. You always need to remember, I'm not paying only the tax, but I need to pay my meal too, so you need to add them together. Same for the tip. You are paying tip, 15% tip of $4.20, but that's not only you are paying for it, right? You are paying that plus actual meal cost, $28, plus the tax, right? So that's the total cost. If it's asking you to find out the total cost, you need to consider all that, okay? So problem solving situation, you need to understand what the situation is and what it's asking you to figure out. Okay? Any question or comment? For your credit card number? Nobody wants to give that to me. I'm eager to get it, but nobody wants to. Okay. I will give you another situation here. So this is just the answer. Okay, now let's suppose we are cooking. This chart here is showing the number of servings and number of servings like 2 servings, 4 servings, and 8 servings to make potato butt. What's potato butt? Not mashed potato. What is it? Stock? I mean the recipe. What is it? That's the best. Mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes. Yeah, looks like mashed potato recipe. Anyway. So you need water, milk, butter or margarine, salt, and potato butts. And these are the recipes, okay? And that's what you need. But my question is, I want to make 6 servings. But in this chart, I am given only 2 servings, 4 servings, and 8 servings. So to find the 6 servings goes in between 4 and 8 here. And I want you to consider how you can find 6 servings, more than 2 ways. Okay, talk with your neighbor about those 2 different strategies. You can find 6 servings using only this table. Why am I doing that? Okay? Okay, there should be a lot of different ways. So come up with at least 2 different ways, which is, you can always do more. Yeah, this time I want you to make different groups to talk with, because you always talk to the same person, right? Same people. So form another group, please. So when you're teaching in your elementary school or middle school, there should be always students, who never know each other. Steven.
Yeah. Otherwise, you have to like put it down. That would be
Yeah.
the other one's probably just. Or using the four.
Yeah.
Like,
But
the
the
little
little all of a sudden it's quiet, it's awkward. Alright, how many of your groups have at least two strategies? Raise your hand proudly. Awesome. Okay, so I think it's time to share your idea. Okay, let me bring Elizabeth this group. Elizabeth, where are you? Elizabeth, what did you come up with?
We've decided that you can either triple the 2 column or just add the 2.
So
and the
triple
4.
means multiply that by 3 of 2 servings. That's awesome. Do you guys agree? Because 3 times 2 servings is 6 servings. So you can take a look at this column here, 2 servings. Multiply everything by 3. Then you're gonna have 6 servings, right? That's awesome. Let's just have one idea. So thank you so much. And let's have Harley's. Harley? Harley, your group. What did you come up with?
Find the average between the 4 and the 8.
Oh, finding average. 4 and 8. How many of you did this way? How many of you? You didn't even think about that, right? Average of 4 and 8. Think about it. 4 plus 8. 4 divided by 2. 6. So average of 4 and 8 servings is 6 servings. So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna add these two together and divide it by 2. That's average, right? Maybe it takes some time, but that's possible, right? Why not? Okay, let me have another strategy. Is there any other strategy other than this? Anybody up here?
Yeah, you add the 2 columns and
Oh, because 2 and 4 together is 6 servings, right? So 2 servings plus 4 servings. That makes 6 servings too. Awesome. So we all agree, right? So we can add 2/3 cups of water plus 1 and 1/3 cups together. I think that's easier, right? Yes, yes.
You could take the 8 serving minus the 2 serving.
Aha, that's another way. So did you hear? 8 servings minus 2 servings. What do we get? 6 servings. Isn't that awesome? Great, very nice. Any other idea? I love to hear your idea. You guys are so creative. Anything else?
you could do the 8 plus the 2 minus the 4 if you want to go excessively complicated.
8 plus 2 minus 4. Isn't that so nice? 8 plus 2 minus 4. We are still using these 3. Little bit complicating as she has said. But we can do that, right? So 8 plus 4, I mean, 8 plus 2. 8 plus 2 is 10 minus 4. You can still get 6 servings. You don't like that so much, but yeah. Any other idea? So this is very similar to today's number. Have you ever heard of today's number? So this is a fun activity that you can do, but it brings out so much mathematical idea when you're doing that. So for example, I can say, guys, today's number is 6. So you can have 6 as the result by doing any kind of operation, right? So some students can come up with 1 3 times 2 is 6, and another student can come up with 2 plus 4 is 6. Another student can come up with 8 plus 2 minus 4 is 6. There are a lot of things that you can play with, right? So that's a good idea to play with your students and motivating them to think about different mathematical concepts. Okay, so far we have 5 different idea. Any other that you have talked about? There could be a lot more, right? To make 6. Any other idea? Pretty much it? Okay. If you want to keep going, you can always make this more complicated and make 6 as a result. So you can certainly do that, but ideally you don't want to do that, right? In real world situation. So I think we are good. What do you think? So do you want me to actually solve the problem? Yeah? Okay, here are some ideas that the book suggested, and some of them I think are identical as what we have. So multiply the amount for 2 servings by 3, right? 2 times 3 is 6. Add the amount of 2 servings to the amount of 4 servings, we have that too. Find the average between 4 and 8, we got that too. Subtract 2 servings from 8, that's also 6 servings. Compare parts A through D. Are they saying, okay, oh, we still got the same answer, we all know that. So, which is the correct procedure for obtaining 6 servings? All of them are wrong, right? Okay, there's no right or wrong in our idea. Okay, so choose one of the ideas that we have talked about and actually find how much water we need, how much milk we need, how much butter or margarine we need, how much salt we need, how much potato fudge we need for 6 servings. Now let's work individually. So everybody set to work using any of the ideas that we have talked about. Find the serving, non-serving, find the measurement for each of the ingredients. Okay? Just choose one of the strategies and find the amount. Maybe you guys already have done that. If you didn't, please do it. 1/3 cup.
But how would you do this in a cup?
Oh, just use the same unit. I want you to use the same unit. Oh, because it says tablespoon. I don't remember. Does anybody remember how many tablespoons makes 1 cup? Let's look it up.
No, for 2.
Sixteen tablespoons is 1 cup. That's why I don't like the US customary. Too many different numbers that we need to remember. Why do we do that? Okay, so let me put out your names, okay? You need to tell me what you did, what strategy, and what you got. Okay, let's find it out. 6 servings. Water. How about Emily? How did you find water? Multiply 3 by what? 2 servings, 2/3 cup. Maybe some of you did it differently. So I'm gonna put the unit there too. And what did you get? This is simple, so just take a look.
2 cups.
2 cups. 3 is 3/1, so you can cancel this out, right? So 2 cups. Okay, very nice. How about milk? You can use different strategy. This is one way, right? So milk. How about corn?
I took the 2 tablespoons times 3.
So you did 2 servings times 3. Okay, so 2 tablespoons times 3 is what? 6 tablespoons. Okay, that's right. Alright. Alright, now we need butter or margarine. And I have Tyler.
I just times 1 tablespoon times 3.
1 tablespoon times, you did 3 too?
Yeah.
Okay, and you got 3 tablespoons. Very good. Salt. How much salt? Oakley?
We just added, the 2 and the 4, and multiplied, sorry.
So 2 plus 4. 2 servings plus 4 servings, and you got salt. 1/4 teaspoon. This is teaspoon plus 1/2 teaspoon. I like you chose this combination addition because I wanted to talk about that different fraction addition. I see. We can also talk about a lot of different things, multiplication of the rational number, and we can also talk about addition of the rational number here too. I love this. So we have different denominator of addition. What do we do? Help me.
Take 1/2 times 2, so it has a common denominator with 1/4.
Why? Because we want to have common denominator between fourth and half. Because we have different denominator, it's not easy to add. So we're gonna make both to the fourth. The unit is okay because both are in teaspoons, right? So we have teaspoons, and we're gonna change both to the fourth. And as Paul has said, he changed this to 2/4 by multiplying 2 to numerator and denominator because it's still the same fraction, right? We call that equivalent fraction. So 1/2 is the same as what fourth? 2/4. You see that? So 1/2 is the same as 2/4. And the left hand side here we have 1/4 teaspoon. Now we have fourth. We call these as unit fraction. We are counting these by fourth. How many fourths are there? I have 1/4 and I have 2/4. How many fourths altogether are there?
3/4.
3/4. Okay, so salt is 3/4. Hey, thank you so much, guys. And last, potato butts. Is there anybody who solved this differently than previous strategy? Potato. Anybody? Yes, please.
I just looked at water because it has the same measurements.
How smart you are. I love this. Brilliant. Look. Water is a 2/3 cup, or water is 2/3 cup for 2 servings, and potato is also 2/3 cup. And water for 4 serving is same for both, both water and potato servings are exactly same. So if you already have found water, you can find potato butts right away. I think that's very clever. Okay, so we have the same number of that as the water. Okay, so that is 2 cups. Okay, very good. You guys are excellent. Okay, any comment? No. All right, so let's move on then. Okay, magic square. This is fun game. So make 3 by 3 on your paper. 3 by 3 grid. It's similar to Sudoku, but not really, because Sudoku you need to use all 9 of these numbers here. Yeah, for each row and each column or each diagonal or each small square. So we are using only these numbers similarly, but only once. So if you put 1 here, you cannot put 1 on another square. Okay? So using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you're gonna fill in this square where your sum sum for in each row and each column and the diagonals are all equal. Make sense? You're gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here in this, each square in whichever order, but the sum here in the row is the same as that row and the column, and diagonal all has to be the same. Ooh, I almost gave you the answer. Okay. Did you understand the question? Okay, so you're gonna write the numbers from 1 to 9 only once, but the sum of any diagonal or the rows or the columns have to be all equal sum. I'm not telling you what the sum is. Okay? You need to figure it out. Okay, that's the work. Work with your partner or a big group. Doesn't matter. Or if you want to work by yourself, you can do that. Maybe some of you are thinking that, what is the best strategy? Or maybe some of you just randomly put these number and that number. If you just randomly put numbers without thinking deeper, it will take some time. So be strategic. This is gonna be fun to watch. There's not only one answer there, you know that. Okay, how about I give you a prize for the first, who has the answer? I will bring the prize next time. Go for it, guys.
It's just you.
We got the answer. Okay, the winner is, call out your name. Megan. Let's see if Megan's idea is right, okay? Okay, so let me write down. Okay, Megan. You're done. So let me draw 3 by 3.
erase their numbers and see what
You
they.
started from 3,
I started with like 4, 5, and 6 and seeing what they would add up to.
4,
together
5, and
versus-
6? Why?
Because like they're like the more center numbers, I guess. So I thought like together they would make.
Do you follow what she's saying? What do you mean by, look at this. From 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 is very tiny, right? Small number, and 9 is really big. So if you kind of think about the average of all of these numbers together, it's gonna be around 5. So she said 4, 5, 6 is center numbers. 5 is right in the middle, and 4, and 6 are clustered together, kind of. So okay, so she started from 4, 5, 6, and then
And I figured that since 5 was like the more central number, I put that one in the middle, so my middle score is.
And I actually found a lot of you started from 5 in the middle, right? Yeah, and then
And then I put 4 and 6 in the diagonals.
4 and 6 in the diagonal. So let's put 4 and 6 in the diagonal. 4 and 6 in the diagonal, like that.
And I have my flip
Yeah, it
so
doesn't
6
matter,
is
right?
on the other side, but,
Oh, okay, I will just do whatever you did. So you put 6 here,
I put 6 in the bottom one. and then
bottom
4 in the
left.
top.
and 4 here. Okay.
And then I kind of messed up on it, so I had to rearrange it. But that's
So what's
okay.
the sum here? Diagonal.
15.
15. So we are targeting 15, right? Okay, go ahead.
And then in my far right column, I have 3B.
Far right.
Yeah.
Yep. Bottom. You put 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, go ahead.
And
Then to make 15, what do I need here? 3. To make 15, what do I need here? 1. You're almost there, right? So what is missing? Here. 1 and 5 together. 6. So you need 9 to make 15. So you're done, right? 4 plus 9 is 13. To make 15, you need 2. 2 plus 6 is 8. So you need 7 to make 15. Now let's check. We got 15 for everything. So this row, what is it? 15. This row? 15. This row? 15. This column? 15. This column? 15. This column? 15. We already got this diagonal. How about this diagonal? 2, 5, and 8. It is 15. So bingo, we got it. Yeah? So maybe yours is different arrangement, but I'm pretty sure all of them has 5 in the middle. So think about like you are flipping them over. Right? So your answer could be like flipping over or flipping over again. 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees, and so on and so on. Okay? So that was a good strategy starting with 5 and putting 1 and 9 next. I think that's really good strategy. Okay? Alright, so things like that, there's no certain way, but some systematic way starting from 5. I think that was a really good strategy. And then putting 1 and 9 somewhere or 2 and 8 somewhere, I think that's another good strategy. Okay, so yeah, I will bring something for you. Good job, Megan. Okay. Now, I wanna show you guys another strategy here. This is from your homework. I'm doing this because we have a little bit more time left. Okay. So hold on. How about we do this one instead? Because finding tags and these all not too bad. How many of you already have done this? This was in actually 1.2 or something? No, 1.3?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys already worked on it. All right. Oh, I brought this up because I think this was a little bit trickier.
Yeah,
Did you
this
think-
one was actually,
Yeah. That's why I brought it. Okay. So actually, let's look at this one. The other one takes two. All right. So I want you guys to read this question listen carefully. This is from your homework. It's a little bit confusing, okay? So with a certain medical insurance policy, the customer must pay for an annual $150 deductible. You have to pay $150 at the beginning, right? And then the policy covers 70% of the cost of X-rays. If the policy covers 70% of the cost, how much you are responsible?
30%.
30% is what you are responsible for, right? So keep that in mind. The first insurance claim for a specific year submitted by a person are in 2 X-rays. The first X-ray cost $660. The second one was $900. How much in total will he need to pay for the X-rays then? So thinking about the deductible and 70% of the coverage and 2 X-rays cost in each, we need to solve this problem. So first, I want you to attempt to solve this one. Just put an equation there, how you're gonna solve it. You don't have to actually find the answer, okay? So everybody think about it. And then let's work on this together. So I will give you about 30 seconds to just write the equation you think is right for finding out how much you pay. Okay? Now, let's work on this together. So how can we solve the total amount that you need to pay or he needs to pay? Any idea? Come on, help out. Anybody?
You find the individual costs of 30% of each X-ray cost and add them.
So tell me, what do you mean by that?
So you would take, well, you have to deduct his deductible from one of the payments due first.
So you have $660 for the first X-ray, right? And you're gonna have deductible $150 will be applied to it. So that's actually you are paying for first X-ray. So for the second X-ray, you need to pay the whole there, right? But actually the insurance covers 70% of that, so you're not paying that much, but you're paying only 30% of that, right? But is that only the amount that you have to pay? Louder. You also have to pay the deductible at the beginning, so you need to add 150 to this.
So why not just not take it out then?
Because look, they take it out from the cost, then see that if you are covered that or not. So it is complicated, right? So let me rewrite this again, okay? I'm just writing the same thing just by explaining that again. So first, you need to pay the deductible. Pay the deductible. And then you also need to pay 660, you also need to pay 900. $150 is deductible, but you are not paying this for 100%. So you are actually paying only 30% of that because 70% is covered by the insurance. Okay? So this is what you need to pay. I just wrote the same thing, so I just explained it. Okay? So that's how the insurance works. I didn't put the insurance. Nobody explained that to me. Now we do. So thank God. Okay. So that's it. And I have more problems here, but I think you can solve these problems by looking at the pattern. Right? So that homework is due Friday, guys. Okay, 1.3 homework is due Friday. Yes. Hi. Hey.
I thought that was still part of one.
Yeah, so this is 1.3, it's due Friday, and Friday we are not meeting here because we're gonna do review homework in the computer lab.
And the test will be Wednesday.
What is it?
Test will be Wednesday.
Test will be Wednesday when you